This is how you dress when you're getting gas at 4:30 a.m. Pretty stylish. Tonight is one of those nights where I can't sleep. I haven't been able to sleep and it's about 4:30 a.m. and at that point I'm just like, screw it, I'm not gonna sleep, so I'm just gonna go out and do some night photography. Because if I fall asleep at that point where I know I'm only gonna get 2 hours of sleep, like what's the point? I'm just gonna feel even worse the next day. That's where I'm at. Now I doubt that there's anyone following the channel that has been around long enough to know this, but when I first started vlogging, that's what I was doing. I was doing night photography. I have some health stuff that make it really difficult to sleep at times. For a while I was improving, but lately it's bad again. But it was really bad when I started vlogging, and so that's why I started. I was like, well, I have all these ideas in my head, I might as well just get them out there. And it was a lot of pontification. Those early days videos, they were very cringeworthy. I mean, maybe they still are, but those were particularly cringeworthy. I don't think I left them on the channel. But I did take some photos that I'm really, really pleased with from those days that I still love. So I'll show you those now. And then the other night I went out with a really good friend of mine, Scott, and we did some spooky kind of night photography, and that was really fun. And I just remembered how much I missed that night photography stuff. That video will be out as soon as that film's developed, because we shot that in film. So tonight I really want to accomplish 2 things. The first is, like I said, just some night photography to see what we get. The second thing is I've been wanting to do this for a while. I want to tell you about 10 channels that I love, 10 photography vlogs that have less than 10,000 subscribers. So kind of a 2-for-1 deal tonight. In general, I like being a channel and watching channels where people are participating in the act of producing art. And that's what gets me excited to produce content. So if I ever feel a need to pontificate and talk a lot, I'm going to try to weave in actual photography experiences. So tonight, night photography, and I'm gonna tell you about 10 vlogs that I love that have less than 10,000 followers. Oh, and I almost forgot, I am shooting this on the lovely X70. I wanna thank Fujifilm Professional Services North America for sending me the X70 to try. Definitely gonna take advantage of trying out the X70. I'll have a video out on it soon. But tonight, I just thought it would be the perfect little device for the car ride to vlog with. So the video quality is not gonna be amazing because it is really low light. I don't know what ISO I'm at, but it's super high, so very grainy. I don't know how amazing it will be at autofocus. I am doing just the onboard audio on the X70, so I apologize in advance for the quality of the video, but it's what we've got to work with this fine night. Anyway, yeah, enough of the quality apology stuffs and excuses. Let's dive into some photography. I have set up, night photography it's kind of an awkward thing. People don't expect to see somebody with a camera out in the middle of the night wandering neighborhoods, and I get a little suspicious when that happens. So I've got a tripod set up in the passenger seat with the X-T2 and the 50 to 140 mil lens on it. And what I'm planning to do is just roll down the window and then just stop in front of what I think is an interesting scene and pause just long enough to take a photo of it and then drive away. I feel like that'll be a little less intrusive and better for everyone. And just, I don't know. I mean, it's an awkward thing, right? I mean, I'm not necessarily advocating this kind of photography. There's certainly some risk of being misunderstood, and so be aware of that. But I super love what you can get, just that suburban beauty of This is the first time I'm trying this. This is kind of an experiment for me. So I'll do a few with no B-rolling it or anything. I'll just show you the photos that I get right now. Okay, so a little bit about who I've chosen for this prestigious Andrew's favorite 10 vloggers under 10,000 subscribers. These are vloggers that I get like super excited about when they put out content. When I see that little notification that says they've got something new, that's requirement number 1. Requirement number 2 is that they participate in the creation of art somehow on the channel, meaning they're vulnerable. They actually go out and either take photos or create video, and they show you the process. Even more than that, that they make you a part of the journey. I see the autofocus struggling again. Sorry about that. What are you doing? Focus. I guess I could manual focus this thing, but I just saw a scene that I think is pretty cool. So we'll turn around and grab it. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Number 1, photographer. This is a photographer I actually feel like I owe a lot to, because he really brought to me a desire to get into vlogging, to get into film photography, to also develop my own film, like lots of things that I probably wouldn't have done if it weren't for him. That's Azrael Knight. Number 2 is Analog Insights. This is Max and Jules. Max started this channel, I think it might have been a year ago now, and I was right there from the beginning and was just blown away by the quality of his content. When I started, it was, as I mentioned, a lot of cringeworthy stuff. I mean, this right here is probably cringeworthy. But Max and Jules, they don't put out anything like that. It's all just superb content, incredible photography. They're so gifted, and a lot of insights. They do all, obviously, per the name, German photographers. You won't hear anything from Jules. I think that may be because he doesn't speak English. This one's super spooky. The next one on our list is a newer vlogger. He also has a podcast. This is Timothy Makeups. He is really good. Again, analog. You're seeing a pattern here. These are analog photographers. But even if you don't shoot film, you should follow these guys. Timothy, his stuff is really entertaining. All right, next up, 4, 5. What are we at? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Ade. That's his name. But the name of his channel is Old Cameras. Right now, we're in the middle. I don't know if we'll ever finish it. Hopefully we will, but we're doing a film swap. He sent me some film, I sent him some film. Someday I'll finish that video. He sent me some color, I sent him some black and white, previously exposed. Yeah, it'll be fun if we ever get around to doing it, but I love his channel, great guy. The next channel is Van Dan. This is a Dutch photographer. He doesn't say much, but he does a lot of first-person shooting. Oh wait, I have to stop. This is cool. I actually know the people who live here. So that'd be super awkward if they came outside. Next we have the real Sir Robin, and I actually have some mixed feelings. And Robin, if you watch this vlog, which I hope you do, know that I think you are an amazing photographer, very gifted street photographer. But I have one issue, and that's I don't like street photographers who surprise people and get in their face and take photos of people like, oh, what are you doing? Those kind of shock photos. I mean, they're just awkward. They're awkward for everyone, but even more than that, they harm street photographers in the long run because they feel threatening. And I think that eventually, you know, you keep doing stuff like that and people will, I think that they'll start to do more and more laws against street photographers and those who are doing actual documentary and, you know, having a purpose behind their street photography will be hurt. I don't think we should get in people's faces and take interesting photos of people looking awkward. I don't agree with that. I'm gonna do another vlog on that later. But anyway, that's my only beef with you, Robin. But your vlog is amazing otherwise, and your photography is superb. Very, very good. I love your vlog, and I'm out of focus right now. Oh well, that's what we've got, guys. That's what we've got to deal with tonight. I've always really loved this building. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but the front entrance here. Guys, this kind of photography is actually kind of fun. Next we have Daniel Peters. Now, before I talk about Daniel, I just want to say that so far I've only talked about analog photographers. That was not on purpose. I didn't actually realize that that was the case. I didn't know all my favorite 10 under 10 were analog photographers. So that's super interesting. If you're not a film person, just know that these are all super interesting vlogs you should still follow, in my opinion. So anyway, Daniel Peters, he's the first one we're gonna talk about, who's not only digital, but he's also a videographer and a musician, and he is so interesting. Really high quality content, very educational, a really cool guy. He's the type of guy you just love to have lunch with or just sit down with and get to know. I like his style. This next guy, Dale Rugian, I think it is, Dale Rugian. Man, incredibly talented. He doesn't do photography, actually. He's just a vlogger, but he's super talented with his Sony digital cameras and the videography that he does. Next up we have Dave Duchemin, Vision is Better, and what a great name for a vlog, and what a great vlogger. Now, I don't usually go in for talking head vloggers. This guy is the one exception, and partly is because he's just extremely eloquent and full of wisdom and knowledge, more than I think even some of the, you know, couple hundred thousand subscriber vloggers that I know about. His content is way valuable. If you don't follow him, and if you're interested in improving your photography, especially on like a philosophical level, I mean, I don't usually get into that, but when he talks, I do. So Vision is Better. I agree with that statement, and I love his vlog. Lastly, we have another videographer, and the reason I follow him is because he's super into Fuji and he's super funny and interesting. That's Paul I think it's Paul Schultz. Very creative guy, very entertaining watch. So those are my 10 under 10. I hope you'll go and follow them and, you know, give them a little hey there from Andrew, you know, let them know where you heard about them from. And what else? Who am I missing? Who should be on this list that's not? I'd love to hear that. Always looking for new people to, you know, spend my time that I don't have. I do have a problem with YouTube. Now, I want to emphasize that is not all. There are a lot of others that I could mention. There's a lot of up-and-comers that I'm excited to see where they go. In fact, I'm a huge fan of the underdogs. Chances are that if you have ever commented on one of my videos and that you have a channel with any content, I probably subscribe to your channel. I'm super into that, and there's a lot of you guys that I hope you keep vlogging, that you hang in there. A lot of folks also didn't list here that I could have, but maybe I'll do another one of these where I highlight some others. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this little whatever this was. The photography is probably nothing special, maybe kind of boring, but hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, hopefully you enjoy the channels I mentioned. If you didn't enjoy that either, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can, guys. But anyway, I don't know if I enjoyed this or not, to be honest. I think I would have preferred to sleep.